What is non-attachment? Non-attachment is the practice of not clinging to things, people, or outcomes. It doesn't mean not caring. It simply means you don't allow these things to control your happiness or sense of peace. When you practice non-attachment, you learn to let go of your expectations, fears, and desires in a healthy way. It's a way to experience life fully, without getting weighed down by the need to control or possess everything around you. For example, imagine not being overwhelmed by a breakup, job loss, or any unexpected event. Non-attachment allows you to accept these situations without letting them define your emotional state. Why is non-attachment important in the modern world? We live in a world full of distractions, expectations, and fast-paced changes. Many of us are constantly pursuing more success, more money, more relationships, thinking these will bring happiness. But often, we find ourselves still feeling empty, anxious, or stressed. Non-attachment helps us stop clinging to external sources of happiness, allowing us to be content with who we are and what we have. It's not about detachment from life, but about engaging with life without fear, anxiety, or unnecessary attachment. Understanding non-attachment, the roots of non-attachment in philosophy, Buddhism, and non-attachment. In Buddhism, the idea of non-attachment is linked to the principle of anicca, which means impermanence. Everything in life is changing, nothing is permanent, and attachment causes suffering. When we get attached to people, things, or even specific outcomes, we set ourselves up for disappointment when things change or disappear. Non-attachment, in this case, is about understanding that change is inevitable and finding peace in letting go. Stoicism and non-attachment. Stoic philosophers, such as Marcus Aurelius, also emphasized the importance of non-attachment. They believed that the only things we truly control are our thoughts and reactions. Stoicism teaches us not to cling to external things, like wealth or status, because they are outside of our control. Instead, we should focus on cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, and justice, which lead to true peace and fulfillment. Western versus Eastern views. While Eastern philosophies like Buddhism focus heavily on non-attachment, Western philosophies, especially Stoicism, have also embraced the idea in different forms. Both philosophies agree that attachment leads to suffering, and that finding peace comes from within, not from external sources. Why do we become attached? We naturally form attachments as humans. Attachment is often driven by our basic needs for security, love, and connection. It's a survival instinct to seek stability, whether through relationships, material possessions, or success. Attachment is our way of feeling in control and safe. However, over time, attachments can become unhealthy. When we get too attached to something or someone, it can create stress, fear of loss, and even anxiety. The dangers of attachment, the negative effects of attachment on mental health, anxiety, and stress. Attachment creates anxiety because we fear losing the things or people we're attached to. This constant worry can drain our mental and emotional energy. For example, when you are attached to an outcome, like getting a promotion, You may feel anxious and stressed if things don't go as planned. The pain of loss. Attachment also creates pain when something or someone is taken away. Whether it's a breakup, a job loss, or the death of a loved one, we often experience intense emotional suffering because we've attached too strongly to that person or thing. Attachment to material possessions. People often attach their sense of worth to material things. This can lead to feelings of emptiness when those things are lost or no longer provide happiness. The more we chase after possessions to fill that void, the more unfulfilled we feel. Attachment in relationships, healthy or unhealthy. Codependency versus true love. When you cling to someone in a relationship, you may lose sight of your own identity and become dependent on them for your happiness. This is codependency. Healthy love, on the other hand, is about giving and receiving without losing yourself in the process. Fear of abandonment. A major aspect of unhealthy attachment in relationships is the fear of abandonment. This fear can lead to controlling behaviors, jealousy, or anxiety. Non-attachment in relationships means being okay with the idea that people can come and go from your life, and still, you are whole and worthy of love. How attachment limits your potential. Attachment to the past. When we hold on to past mistakes or past relationships, we get stuck in old patterns and can't move forward. Non-attachment encourages us to live in the present, releasing the weight of the past and embracing the possibilities of the future. Attachment to success and failure. Being overly attached to success means you might feel like a failure when things don't go as planned. Non-attachment allows you to take each moment as it comes and accept both successes and failures as part of the journey without defining your self-worth by them. Attachment to opinions of others. When we attach too much importance to what others think, we lose our sense of self. Non-attachment helps us embrace our true identity without needing validation from others. The practice of non-attachment. Letting go of material possessions. Decluttering your space. A simple practice of non-attachment is decluttering your space. Letting go of excess possessions helps you realize that happiness doesn't come from things. It clears your mind and creates space for more important things like peace and creativity. The power of minimalism. Minimalism is a lifestyle that embraces living with less. It's not about deprivation, but about making space for what truly matters. Letting go of things that don't add value to your life can bring you more joy and freedom. Letting go of expectations and outcomes. The need for control. Many of us become attached to the idea of control. We want things to go a certain way and often get frustrated when they don't. Non-attachment teaches us that we cannot control everything, and that's okay. By letting go of rigid expectations, we open ourselves up to life's natural flow and find peace in uncertainty. Embracing uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and that's part of its beauty. Non-attachment teaches us to embrace uncertainty, understanding that whatever happens, we can adapt and move forward. Non-attachment in relationships. Loving without clinging. Loving without clinging means you allow people to be who they are, without expecting them to fill all your needs. It's about offering love freely and without attachment to outcomes. Non-attachment allows us to love without the fear of losing someone. Healthy boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is an essential part of non-attachment. Boundaries help us maintain our individuality and avoid losing ourselves in others. How to practice non-attachment. Practical steps for letting go. Meditation. Techniques. Meditation helps you detach from thoughts, emotions, and external situations. By practicing mindfulness, you can observe your attachments without judgment and begin to release them. Guided meditations focused on letting go are especially useful. Journaling for self-awareness. Writing down your feelings can help you identify where you are attached. Once you're aware, you can take small steps to release these attachments. Daily practices to embrace non-attachment. Detachment in relationships. Start by focusing on your own needs, interests, and boundaries. By practicing emotional independence, you can maintain healthy and balanced relationships without fear of losing yourself. Living in the present moment. Focus on the present. Whenever you catch yourself thinking about the past or future, gently bring your attention back to the here and now. This practice of mindfulness helps you detach from worries and enjoy life as it is. The benefits of non-attachment, freedom, and peace of mind. Non-attachment gives you the freedom to live without fear of loss. It helps you experience peace by accepting things as they are, instead of constantly striving for something different. When you stop clinging to outcomes, you open yourself up to the peace that exists within. Increased resilience. By practicing non-attachment, you develop resilience. You become stronger in the face of challenges because you no longer depend on external things to give you happiness. You learn to roll with life's ups and downs without being overly affected by them. True happiness and fulfillment. Non-attachment creates the space for true happiness because it allows you to find joy within yourself. You don't need things or people to make you feel complete. You can be at peace with who you are, regardless of external circumstances. In today's world, non-attachment is not about detaching from life. It's about being fully engaged without clinging to outcomes or possessions. By practicing non-attachment, you can experience true freedom, peace, and happiness. Think about one area in your life where you feel overly attached. What can you do to begin practicing non-attachment in that area? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below and start your journey to inner peace today.